What's up, y'all? It's Empress Danny again, back for another episode of the Daily Grind. I got a dry bowl of cereal just for you, right? And we're going to check in and get today's messages. Why don't you guys hit that like button? Twitter. And subscribe. If you're like me, might be a little bit stingy. We're not sharing today. Today, something about today has to do with seeing signs that you're being liberated. There is some sort of make or break factor aspect, a very assertive or productive aspect that could be at play in order for that to take place, right? It could be like at work on a project. I'm finally going to get out from under this project, but it could be because I'm asserting myself at this meeting and I'm speaking up. This is taking far too long. There's no reason this should blah, 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 blah. Okay. So there's something of that nature, which is usually spirit-led, right? Could be ego-led, but that may be at play in some way. Today, I got two cards that fell. I want to put them both back in, Young Fish and Young Fire, right? Water and fire. Is that what we're looking at today? Okay. So sometimes that's where, that's that's divine flow. Okay, it's for you to assert yourself in some way. It could be to do something, to get involved, to, I don't know why it's kind of giving like intruder alert, right? I don't know, it's so significant about it, intruder. Sometimes this is like a make or break, right? It has me thinking about like, you have some relationships who want you to speak up, right? I value your opinion. I want to hear what you say, right? I want you to be involved, right? Come forward, right? You have other relationships, and obviously I'm not talking like romance per se, but you have other relationships who I just want you to be quiet, okay? I'm not really looking for your opinion, right? Less on what you have to say or what you think, and more on, could be like, what have you done for me lately? Do, 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 do. Ooh, yeah, okay? So perhaps there's a dynamic like that at play. If we can get some cards. Maybe, you know what? I'll pull out of this for other deck first, okay? A little self-love. Is that what we're showing ourselves? A little self-love, okay? Maybe it's necessary. But that's why I said I believe whether it's cleaning things up, clearing things up, some sort of act of self-love is likely to get it. Like I said, I could feel the energy of like a conversation, again, speaking up, raising your hand, right? So I feel a little bit of that energy in terms of self-love. I don't feel like, I guess I have to do it myself. Okay. Although, we don't underestimate the power of you, not one bit. We know you're very capable. Okay. I got two cards that feel vulnerability and the healer. Okay. But that makes sense based on what we were just talking about. Vulnerability and the healer. Somebody having to speak up in order to like fix their problems or heal an issue, resolve something. Wherever in the vulnerability lies. Let me fix this. I'm going to take that one. The GD card, me time. Okay. So it could be like abrupt, realizing like, dang, I guess I'm, on my own, or I have to figure this out by myself, or, the self, freedom. Something feels like this can certainly be liberating you to be yourself, okay, or to show yourself love. It kind of gives, when you're a person that may be highly considerate of others, and you're planning maybe to include or incorporate others, but you could certainly be in a position where you can't do that. Okay, small signs. Look at that. came out, and then practice at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Are these indications of something that you practice? Ooh. Excuse me. As you can see, we're just are posted up. And that is true. Small signs. Something feels like you could be seeing indicate like signs from your rebirth. It feels like transformation or metamorphosis of some things from your rebirth. Yeah, I hear this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. I don't know if you guys recognize things like that. It's almost like certain aspects of your rebirth evolve in the way that they maybe appear to you or present to you. Um, hmm. Dear, I don't know why it's giving like a newbie energy. I don't know if you're new to a job, I don't know why I really kind of feel this energy of like somebody, somebody is sensitive about being alone. Being by themselves is kind of like what could be like abandonment issues. I don't feel like that's the case for everybody. Some of you, your me time makes you like almost like more ingenious, more clever. The time you take to yourself is making you more. This could even be like resourceful in your work. Okay. I don't know why I feel like your awareness is up. That's the top of the day. It's time to yourself. And I have to, be completely honest, is it feels as though for some of you, you're going to feel some type of way about being to yourself. But for others of you, there's this confidence that comes forward when you're by yourself because I don't know why, it just feels like you don't have what feels like distractions keeping you from being able to like receive ideas, hear spirit when you're receiving a message. Something feel like you don't have the distractions. I like it. I like it. Do you? I don't know how all those cards came out. Beaver showed itself. I want to say that's a moon that we have, or I don't know. The moon is always a beaver moon. I don't know if it's the buck teeth or what's going on. I'm taking that one for midday, clarifying the self, Scorpion. And this is actually a shut everybody out energy except for the ones closest to me. It's almost like except for the ones that deep inside I know have my back. With the back card here, there could be some sort of a rebirth. I also just heard born again. Air energy. This could be a vibe. And let me just say that's kind of what it gives. It gives a vibe of being born again. If you guys have ever gone through that process, I don't know why it gives like saying the prayer of salvation to oneself. But then it's almost like hearing someone say something or do something, maybe it is that you used to do, and what could be like the inner self knows, or perhaps is, I'm not sure if it's acting on it, but the inner self knows, I need to cut that out, or I need to, what could be like, leave them alone. Um, I need to, what could be like, keep to myself. I don't know if it's necessarily keep away. I'm not getting that. I will say that's kind of like I'll just say old way of doing things. But when you think about what the whole purpose for being consecrated to oneself is to God essentially. When you think about the purpose for that, it's kind of wrong to like shut everybody out. And yes, there's like a space of like preservation for you, but truly if there's authenticity around that, it's more so that you can focus on making the changes that you need to make. It's about the self. It's not about oh, because you do this or that. So I'm kind of, and it doesn't have to be anything like that. This could just be, if you think about like the things that you've gone through in your rebirth, when it comes to like the vibe, if you will, which can be like enlightened speak, if you will. But when it comes to the vibe, you you usually know the vibe that you don't jive with versus the one that you do. And so when it comes to picking up on perhaps when it's time to maybe be a little bit more secluded, um, keep to the self, then I feel like you realize that. Hmm. Let's look at this last. I told Panther. Panther. Panther, fire energy. So we're going earth, fire, fire today. The latter part of the day could be yang is what it's giving. It's kind of giving like yin energy at the top of the day. Take your time, work through what could be like your vulnerabilities. You wake up, hold on, I just heard with a hangover, right? It is like you wake up on the wrong side of the bed. You wake up, whatever it is that you're doing or have going on, get your coffee, right? This is giving like, again, your dry cereal, work through whatever it is. And then midday is, I don't know if you're hearing something or seeing something, or if you're just saying something, making something clear about yourself, which I have to say, it gives a vibe of like no new friends, right? And that don't have to mean they're not new. It's just giving like day ones, keeping it between me and my day ones. And then the end of the day, when I see small signs coming out with the Panther, this Panther is a productive energy. It definitely gives whatever is needed. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting the energy of like lighting a fire under somebody. So I don't know if that's you or someone else. Um, because it's clarifying the small signs card, it gives me the impression there could be small signs of like needing to light a fire. There could also be signs of having lit a fire. Okay, depending on what what exactly is going on. Something makes me feel like you know how to get movement or get action in a certain area. So I feel like if that's the case, then you're going to know like what to do or how to assert yourself, um, in whatever the circumstance is. Let's 13:33 on the clock. Should we stop? Should we stop? Should we? Maybe we will go to Patreon and get our extended messages. Um, I hope that you guys will join this. You can join us on Spotify as well. Some could be significant about Arby's because I literally just heard we have the meats. Doom, 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 doom. Maybe you have the meats. Guys, I am going to leave it here for the general daily grind. I love you. Like, follow, subscribe, and we'll talk again real soon. Bye for now.